Hello everyone and welcome to Vedic Astrology once more. This video will give you the weekly reading of Taro and Patra for the week beginning September 16th, which will end on September 22nd. I ask that you share, you sign up, you subscribe to my channel and my website at zedamastrology.com. A brighter day with Vedic astrology to guide you over the sea of life. Jump in and join me on this journey so that we can work together, learn together, and understand our potential and the outcomes for others in our lives. Visit zedamastrology.com to subscribe, sign up, and share. We have your Patra readings, your Taro spreads, your runes, your chakras, and crystals, which are all included in your report. We come to the Kundali and the transit of Grahas for the week beginning September 16th. And here we have Sun, Mars, Ascendant, and Mercury sitting in Virgo. And the Ascendant and Sun are actually sitting close together. And the Ascendant is not normally combust, but you know, it is being illuminated by Sun because it's just 1 degree apart. They are sitting in Uttara Falguni Nakshatra, which is a sun-owned nakshatra, but the Navamsh, based on the degrees that they are sitting on, gives us a Capricorn Navamsh or Pada. And this Pada will bring some kind of stability to Sun, in that it will not burn us through. You know, we will have some kind of mental stress relief, because we also have Moon here sitting with Saturn in Capricorn. And although Moon is not comfortable in Capricorn, Moon is sitting in a Vargotama Nakshatra Pada right now in Capricorn, because Moon is here at 3 degrees Capricorn, which is Uttara Shada Pada 2. So that, you know, we have that mental fortitude, that mental help from Saturn to guide us through this week in terms of our stress relief and how we think and why we think what we think. But Uttara Palguni is all about prosperity through marriage, prosperity through partnerships, because in Hindu mythology they say this is the nakshatra where Shiva and Parvati got married. So that, you know, it's a very flexible and competitive and testing period, but it is also a period of prosperity and honor and popularity and confidence. It is also a period of victory. So that, you know, you have all these things coming together for you this week, with Sun, Mars, Ascendant, and Mercury beginning the week in Uttara Palguni in Virgo. And as always, you see that the slower moving planets really sit there and deal with us on a slow basis. You know, things might be delayed, obstacles might be coming on, but it's really not anything that we should be worried about this week, as we will always have the Sun telling us, you know, work for it. Saturn telling us, don't be unproductive. Take your time, deal with what you have to deal with, and move on. And this is what the lessons are for this week. Help us to understand the planets and the grahas and how they deal with us. So let's move on and see where we are dealing with in terms of the Taro spread aligning with the transit of grahas. Okay, let us see what the selection of the cards will be for this week. And as usual, you know, I bring to you this so that you can see that the cards are chosen randomly. It's a selection, you know, based on every week where I shuffle and draw for us to understand how it's going to be aligned. And the first card that we are looking at is the planet Mars. Mars is the first card that we are going to look at, and Mars is sitting with the ascendant Mercury and Sun in Virgo, which we just went through. So let us see what is the element now. What is Mars going to help us with in Virgo? Because Sun is already illuminating. Oh, it's fire. So that fire and Mars go hand in hand. Sun is there. So we have a lot of activity happening this week. And we'll see where that will take us. We've just gone through again the transit of grahas. So what is the activity? What bhava is Virgo for you that you will see a lot of activity in that house? So again, I always ask that you look at it and request your report so you'll know. The house, the bhava that we should be looking at in this week is the 11th bhava. So that the bhava of communication, the bhava of relationships, the bhava of network, income and gains. Is that the bhava for you? Is Virgo the 11th bhava for you? So what bhava is Virgo for you? Because that is where we are focusing our attention. We have Mars, fire, and the 11th bhava. So let us see what the wisdom chakra is going to tell us and guide us in terms of what we need to do, the energy and the inner strength that we need to perform or bring out this week so that we can move forward with the 11th house, Mars and fire. And that card is, my goodness, prayer. So we have a need for prayer, probably meditation and yoga this week. But with fire and Mars coming into play, prayer, so that we may need to act in terms of our spiritual guidance. So let us see what the spiritual guidance will be this week in terms of the deity that is going to share his or her energy with us. And that energy will be coming from, let us see the card. Okay, that energy is coming from, my goodness, Gayatri Devi, devotion. So it goes hand in hand with prayer, Gayatri. And we all know the Gayatri mantra as Hindus. We all say the Gayatri mantra at least once a day so that we can get through our days and get through our time with our obstacles and delays and stress. And this is working hand in hand with prayer. So we need to look at the spirituality of our issues and how spirituality may guide us this week beginning September 16th. And I'm shuffling the cards here now to do the Taro Spread and deal with the energies that will come from that Taro Spread. And let us see what the first card is going to be. And that first card is the Empress. Empress. So the foundation for this week reading is Empress. We then have Judgment. Judgment. Followed by the Three of Cups. Empress, Judgment, Three of Cups. Interesting. King of Swords. And King of Swords seems to be coming up quite literally all the time. That was Nine of Swords there. And now we have the Sun. Sun was also coming up a lot in these readings that I'm having. The next card we have there is the Eight of Cups. And my personal card, the Queen of Wands. Interesting. Let us see the next card, Ace of Cups. And then the final card we have is Two of Cups. So we have a lot of emotional issue or heart dealing with this week, and let us see where these cards are going to take us. And the foundation, as we just went through in the Taro Spread and the selection of the card, brought about the Empress. And the Empress is all about fertility, abundance, harvesting, growth. It speaks to all the zodiac signs. It speaks to the 9 grahas. It is all about power, Venus, love and beauty. And the graha of this card is Venus. The element is earth, Prithvi, but the element that we pulled was fire. So that while there is action, there's a stability to the action. Because the zodiac sign associated here is Taurus, which is Tira, which is fixed. And earth, because Taurus is an earthly sign. And the chakra, Anahata, and recall that we have a lot of cups coming through in the Taro spread this week. And it deals with emotions, with your heart. We also went through Uttara Palguni Nakshatra, where I indicated to you that this is where the nakshatra where Shiva and Parvati got married. And look, the divinity of this chakra for the Empress is Lord Shiva and Ma Parvati. How could, how coincidental is that? So that your Kundali is aligning with your Empress card for this week. And this just shows you that, there is some alignment and some connection with the tarot and the patra reading. And the grounding here, the premise here for this is that, you are going to be safe, you are going to be successful, you are going to have abundance, prosperity is going to come to you. That is your foundation. The Empress or some woman or some person in your life is going to give you that abundance and prosperity, because that is the foundation for this week. And it's so aligned to the Kundali, which we just went through in terms of where this Sun, Mercury, Mars, and Ascendant sits at the beginning of the week, beginning September 16th. My goodness. The cosmic reaction to your state of being for this week in the dark side, as we would say, is judgment. So that something is going to come to an end, but it's going to be balanced and harmonious with you, because this is the Archangel Michael giving judgment on your deeds and your actions. And it closes a path in life, but it uplifts you in terms of where you're going on your next journey. Nothing is going to be hidden. It all comes to light. But there is neutrality, and the goals and obstacles are going to be removed for you to move on. Judgment comes to you from the cosmic forces and impacts your state of being, because this is the reaction. The gods know that you are waiting on some decision so that you can move forward, or that something can come to an end or a close for you to move on. And after judgment comes the Three of Cups, the lighter part of the cosmic forces which are guiding you. And the Three of Cups is all about celebration. It's all about, emotional growth and development. It's all about friendships. It's all about reunions, socializing, indulging, happy times, exuberance, teamwork, rewards. This is what it is giving you after judgment. So after judgment comes the Three of Cups, which is celebration. And the graha of this card is moon, so it's all in your mind. Water, emotions, it's cup cardinal water, so it's a Cancerian sign that will take you through a termination of something that will bring celebration to you. The divinity of the chakra, in this respect, there is no divinity here, but it's your creative consciousness, so it all is in your mind, and the crystal here is azurite, which is the stone of heaven. So again, heaven is there guiding you, putting the cosmic forces for you to have a celebration. And the destroyer card this week is the King of Swords. And now remember, the King of Swords is that logical person, that person who has authority and control over all he surveys. He's the protector, and he represents, assets and secrets. He's an expert in all his fields. But the graha of this card is Mercury, which is your communication, your networking. And what did we pull with the Bava? The networking, the 11th house. But this, is a sign that relies on the element of air, where communication can go either way. The crystal here is a perfolite, which is the spiritual or the advisor. And we spoke about the deity of this, we pulling this deity, the Gayatri mantra, and our wisdom chakra came out with prayer. So again, the cards are aligning here. And what do we need to remove from our senses this week. It is the King of Swords. We need to not think or say anything this week. We just need to understand that our spiritual advisor is there. He's guiding us, or she's guiding us, and let us help ourselves by meditating and just thinking upon what we need to do and what God is going to do for us this week. So that don't take action, don't be Mars and fiery, do it in your inner self. Take that action internally to be spiritually guided by saying your prayers this week. And here the spiritual forces in this reading continues to guide us, because what helps us maintain a balanced life is that we must understand with and through the Nine of Swords that it's all in our minds. The swords are there in the wall, they are not hurting us. You know, we are in deep depression, or we feel that nothing is going right for us. But to get that balanced life, we must understand that it's all in our mind. We can't cope, we feel conflict, worries, burden. We are at our breaking point, we have mental anguish. But it's all in our minds. Look at the card. The card is showing us that the swords are there, but it's not touching us. The cards are showing one is on the wall, one is on the ground. But is it stuck anywhere on us? Has it drawn blood? No. And you know, everything around us is there very calmly and quietly. We are in a comfortable bed. You know, we are in a mountainside alone and cloaked. We are not naked. So that we have sustenance, we have balance, but we just can't see it because our mind is telling us that we are overcompensating mentally. We are being overwhelmed by our emotions. The cups that we have pulled this week are the emotions or heart. Let your mind be at ease, because you need to be balanced. And understanding what the Nine of Swords is the sustainer. It is what brings balance in your life. Mental anguish is not there. It is just your mind. Settle, meditate, do yoga, say your prayers. The Gayatri mantra, your deity is Gayatri, the mother of devotion for this week. Utilize her energies to take away that mental anguish and to see the light. The creator card for this week is the Sun. And where is the Sun posited in the Kundali or the transit of Grahas? Sun is in Uttara Palguni in Virgo at 0 degrees. And Sun here will bring, as I indicated in the transit of Grahas, wisdom and maturity, because Sun is in the Capricorn Navamsh, which is the judge, which is the karma giver. And here the card is telling you that, you know, Sun is your vitality, your life force, but it brings you purity, freedom, innocence. The child is on the horse enjoying himself in a garden of flowers. The sun is shining. You know, there's a cloth of royalty there to cover him if he so chooses. So that what can we create? We can create through fire. Fire can create, fire can mold. Mars is there with fire to strengthen us. And what is the crystal here? The imperial topaz, which is the strengthener and the dispeller. So that let us dispel all the negatives, let us dispel all the mental anguish from ourselves. The sun is there to illuminate our minds, to give us that wisdom, to give us that strength, to give us that beauty, that purity, that freedom. Don't let it take away your energy. Mars is helping us with that energy. Mars is there in Virgo in Mercury, which is not a good placement, so the energy may not be too much, but Sun is there. Sun is helping us. Sun is helping us. Saturn is helping us, and this is the creator, Lord Brahma. You know, Lord Brahma is the creator here, and the Ajna chakra is the chakra that is associated with this card, and that is our intuition. So let not our intuition be blocked by our mental anguish. Let the sun clear away those cobwebs, and let us see that the Nine of Swords, through the Nine of Swords, that we are not being hurt. It's all in our mind, and the sun will help us understand that through creating, and it will explore what we are doing and how we are doing it and guide us in that new direction that we need to be guided into. The Eight of Cups in the material world just shows us how we cope with everyday life. We are looking at the one spilled cup rather than the upright cups that are still there to be utilized. We have lost something, or something has been lost to us, but it is just 1/8 of what we have. It is of no consequence at this point in time in our lives, because we still have 7 cups that are standing upright. We have turned our backs on what we have created, the foundation that we have put forward. We want to find ourselves, but we don't understand that. Hear what? Don't turn away. Turn around and see what you have done. Face it, judgment is here for you. You have created something from your own action that you are now turning your back on. You are not seeing that you are abandoning your foundation, that you have taken heart to what you lost and not what you have. What you have outweighs what you have lost. The cups tell you that. The Eight of Cups tell you that. And the Graha for this card is Jupiter. So the wisdom and maturity that you have should kick in here. Don't let emotions and the mutable water in this card give you the mental anguish that is pervading you at this point in time. Things are not happening. Actions may not be being taken, but God is there with you. The spiritual divinity is there guiding you. The forces are there enabling and supporting you. Don't turn your back. Look at what you have. Don't bend your head in dejection and you like you're taking a voyage of personal misery. Why? Look at what you have. The Eight of Cups tells you you have abundance. You have plenty. Don't turn your back. The Queen of Wands sits in the material world with the exploration of your emotions. What is the root cause of your issue? The root cause of your issue is that, you just want to take action. You want to be powerful. You want to be dynamic. You are ambitious, enterprising. God is telling you for this week, hear what? Take a break. Sit back, relax. Don't be the Queen of Wands. This is the root cause of your action, that you probably take action before you think through that it might be an emotional response rather than a mental response. The Graha of the card here is Mars. The element is fire. And remember, we pull those 2 cards so that explore your emotions. Explore how your emotions are affecting your actions and why you should not take action this week. You should be open and sincere. You can do what is right for the right reasons, not for the wrong reasons. And probably your emotions are overwhelming you this week, and your actions based on your emotions are not what you need to do for you to move forward. The Ace of Cups in this reading tells you that your current strategies and goals and thoughts, are all about your emotions. The Ace of Cups always gives new beginnings. So what is the new beginning from your emotion? Where are you going to seek the abundance and the optimism from? This is all about fertility and getting or moving on from one to another. The Ace of Cups and Ace of anything in these cards are giving you new beginnings, new opportunities, new chances, new pathways, new mechanisms in which to deal with whatever you have to deal with. So look at the Ace of Cups and think about where you are basing your emotions concerning your goals, why you are doing it, and how you are going to do it. Because it's all about emotions. It's all about your heart. What is your heart giving and not receiving? What is your heart growing and giving a rebirth to? Is it that you are sharing too much? Do you have security and joy? What it is that you are requesting from your goals or towards your goals for this week? The Ace of Cups is telling you that you have it in hand. You have new beginnings, you have new opportunities. Whichever way you choose, there are new pathways for you to explore and to begin a new life. The Two of Cups here tells you that the creative force for this week that you wish, your will, your ambition, what is your present situation? Your present situation is that you are in some relationship or partnership, or you want to be in a relationship and partnership. You want to have that connection, that union. And remember, Shiva and Parvati created that union in Uttara Palguni in Virgo, where it is said they got married under that nakshatra. And you get victory, you get prosperity from the union, from a marriage. So it could be a marriage in a partnership, it could be a marriage in a relationship. What is it for you that the Two of Cups is telling you that this is your will and ambition? What is your ambition? Is it that you want to get married? Is it that you want to be in a relationship? Is it that you want to form a partnership? What is your ambition for this week that is going to be the best outcome for you? And use the Ajna Chakra here to understand the intuition, understand your creative consciousness for really what do you want. The Two of Cups is there guiding you, telling you that this is the creative force. The 11th house, which we will come to, is also about networking and communication. So that, that will bring you the abundance, it will bring you fertility, it will bring you happiness, it will bring you that union that you so desire. And we come straight to the 11th house, the element of fire and prayer. And these have been all pervasive in the reading so far. The 11th house, you want freedom, you want associations, you want partnerships, you want unions. Your circle of friends are what you are looking at in terms of socializing. We went through all of these in the cards before, and it is aligning itself with the energies that are bringing out to us. Mars and fire are synonymous with Sun in Virgo this week. You get that energy, you get that passion, you get that action, but it is tempered down because Mars is not really comfortable in Virgo, which is a Mercury owned sign, because Mars and Mercury are not friends. And Mars is not comfortable, but Sun is there and he's trying to help Sun, and Sun will illuminate the action and the passion that you need to create that union. And the 11th house is all about income, it's about gain, it's about networking, it's about communication, it's about trade. Do it for your future. What is your future going to bring for you? Let go of the emotions and think about what you have. The 9 of Swords and the 8 of Cups tells you that the 9 of Swords are there. People are around you wanting to hurt you, but they can't. The swords did not draw blood. There are things that are upsetting you, that are delaying you, that are bringing obstacles in your way, but it's really not hurting you. It's a mental anguish, yes, it is, but it is a mental anguish that is not physically a danger to you. The eight of Cups tells you that it is an emotional issue. You have so many things, but you have not seeing it. You have closed your eyes to what you have, and rather you are looking and only seeing what you have lost, what has been spilled. Leave it alone, let it go. Say your prayer. The card is telling you, say your prayer, do your meditation, take some yoga lessons, meditate, sit and isolate yourself and think about where you are and why you are there, what you have done, what you have achieved, what you have gone through, what you have learned from those lessons. Saturn is there in Capricorn in his own sign, and he's going to be there for a while. And Capricorn is the sign of structure, governance, institutions. What have you blocked yourself around with? Do you want your freedom from these things? Or is it that you want to hang on to these things in the material world? The cards are telling you, say your prayers this week, let everything go, meditate, take a stress relief, and prayer will bring you that stress relief for this week. Gayatri Devi, the mother of devotion, is telling you, say your prayers, do your meditation, you will get peace of mind. Concentrate on yourself and what you want this week through prayer. Deal with the devotion to the spiritual guidance that you follow, that you have in your life. Deal with your emotions through prayer this week. Mars is there, the drive for devotion and the drive and the energy and don't confront. The confronting of something this week will only bring you mental stress. The confrontation will only bring you anxiety. Don't be confrontational this week. Say your prayer. Be guided. One of the prayer that you can do is the Gayatri mantra this week. That will help you to understand your emotions. It will help you to control your emotions. It will help you to force yourself to understand why your emotions are guiding you in a particular way and why it should or should not. Gayatri Devi is guiding us for peace of mind this week. Utilize her energies to understand your devotion and your spiritual advisor and the impact and percent that it should be having in your life this week to bring you that peace of mind. Okay, we started off the beginning of the week, September 16th, with the transit of Grahas, and here we have the transit of Grahas showing the end of the week, September 22nd, 2021. And Sun and Mars are still there in Uttara Falguni, and remember that Sun and Mars being so close together would be combust. Mars will be combust, and Mars continues to be combust because Sun continues to ride on his tail. And Mars being combust tells us that you don't really know what your actions on others, the impact. You are full of power and authority, and you want to take action, but your action this week will not be good for you and others, and you don't seem to have that kind of intuition because your actions, you only want to act, you don't want to think. And Sun is there illuminating that action, but remember Mars is weak here in Mercury ruled Virgo, so that it is going to be tempered down a little bit, and you are guided by the cards that you do not take action this week because your emotions are riding you to take actions, and it may not be the best course of action for you this week by taking any kind of passive aggressive steps that you may want to take this week. And Mercury, we have seen Mercury has moved across to Libra, where Mercury and Venus are there together in Libra, and they're not very close, but in Libra it's a balance, so that your speech and your communication, the 11th house, you may have that balance now here at the end of the week where you have thought through all your actions or what you want to take action on, and your prayer and meditation through the Gayatri mantra and the Gayatri Devi will give you that balance at the end of the week where the luxuries of life through Venus and the luxuries of speech and to the masses would be guided and balanced. And here we have the Arudha Lagna, where that is how people will see you, and people will see you speaking good things this week. So hold off on that action, as I said, hold off on that not mental thought, but hold off on that emotional agility that you seem to be having this week that will guide you in the wrong stance. Take a breath, understand that the planets and the cards are aligning with you and guiding you to tell you, hold off on the action. Don't take any steps that you will regret. Hold up to the end of the week, and Mercury will be there in a balanced state to guide you through with your speech, with your communication, with your networking in the 11th bhava. Don't let Mars and his need for action take away from your spirituality and your divinity guiding you this week so that you can be mentally prepared for the next week. Bhagwan's blessings has brought me to the end of this presentation to you, this video that I have created with his blessings. I always thank him for giving me the knowledge, the time and the resources that I can put together these things for you so that we can learn together and I can transfer what he has given me through his blessings. I thank you for sticking with me. I ask that you share, you sign up, you subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.